down the stretch.
Hi, Senator Jake Sarwar from Fox 56 Wolf. Just wanted to know how the Trump-Vance administration would plan to improve the education system, including keeping necessary leadership activities like future farmers or even FBLA, the future business leaders of America.
Yeah. And what's the second question? Did you have a second question?
I do. It's unrelated to education.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. I'll answer this question. Look, it's first of all, we're motivated by the simple principle that every child, rich or poor, deserves to have a high-quality education in the United States of America, and we are failing our kids right now. We're failing our kids in a big way. Now, we're failing our kids in a couple of important ways. Number one, we've got a lot of taxpayers coming from the a lot of tax money coming from the Department of Education that is funding radical curriculums instead of funding the curriculums that are going to teach our kids how to read, how to write, and how to do arithmetic. We've got to get back to common sense education. The second very basic principle is that we believe that every Pennsylvania child, and especially their parents, ought to be able to decide, to choose for themselves where those kids go to school. So we believe in school choice. And we believe that if we empower parents more with more choices, that's how you best preserve those programs for kids, because they matter. They teach character. They teach virtue. They teach the skills that are necessary for a life of success and of happiness. That's why they exist in the first place. And I think the reason why a lot of them are under stress is because we've got Department of Education bureaucrats instead of parents making the right decisions for their kids. We're going to change that. And I know you had another question.
So Pennsylvania, specifically here in North Central and even in Northeastern, has an abundant resources and manufacturing plants.
Sure.
How in a Trump and Vance administration would you really, try to enhance that role that they play in the communities?
Yeah, very, very, very important question. Well, we are sitting, and I imagine you all know this better than I do, we are sitting on the Saudi Arabia of natural gas right here in the state of Pennsylvania. It's an amazing resource. And again, the contrast between these two candidates and these two visions could not be different. Kamala Harris wants us to buy oil and gas from tin-pot dictators all over the world. Donald Trump wants us to buy it from our own people, our own workers, and our own territory. Drill, baby, drill. That is the way to achieve energy independence. But the energy, so two ways you got to protect manufacturing. First connects to energy, so let me address that. We all know that one of the biggest drivers of costs for our manufacturers is energy. Right? If you're manufacturing steel, you use a lot of natural gas because you can only manufacture steel at really high temperatures. That's true for almost any manufactured product. So if we unleash Pennsylvania energy workers and we lower the cost of energy, I believe this is why we talk about a golden age of prosperity. We're going to have a manufacturing renaissance, the likes of which this country has not seen in 150 years. We're going to rebuild the greatest industrial power in the world, and we're going to start with Pennsylvania energy as the foundation. But the final point, just to echo something I said earlier, is it goes back to tariffs, because if you've got foreign countries using slave labor to undercut the wages of American workers, you've got to make those countries pay a big fat penalty, and that's all a tariff is. That's a big part of it, too. Next question.